2020. Make sure you're officially here and in a few short minutes we'll begin the final custom of Halloween 2020. Because I'm not doing customs tomorrow because that's officially Halloween Day. I should be spending time with my family for that. Even with this, even with the crisis going on, we're gonna make Halloween work for us. So, hey guys, welcome back to LEGO DC Children's Custom Builds, and here we are, the official final custom of Halloween 2020. So make sure you tune in for it. It's time to do a Xenomorph from Aliens. Not wasting any time, we're going to go inside now and create the Xenomorph Creature. Now there are different versions of the creature, so I'm just going over like any random picture of the Xenomorph. I'm not going to be doing any other versions of it, like the drone or the queen or whatever, because like they're essentially the same thing, just like different little utensils they're here and there. So make sure you're here for the final custom of Halloween 2020 as we do Xenomorph right now. So inside we go, starting off. Now the Xenomorph is a very hard character to do. He's got like this weird proportional head, which is very long at the back. So but it is a very unique design, because back in the day when you think of an alien, you think of that big eyes and the big head, kind of like the Silence, but that was redone in a way. But nowadays when you think of alien, most people think of this form for an alien, so that's pretty interesting. So how am I going to work this? Let's see what we'll do our very best. Let's try off with helmets. So helmets, what do we have? There's nothing really here I can see particular, because the helmet of an alien kind of needs that big curve, kind of like a Calypso. It needs that big curve sticking out of the bag. And if you can't find that, then my best bet is to use the hair fleece of Golden Glider. But it's probably the best bet, but I just want to see what helmets has to offer us first. There doesn't appear to be anything here, so I maybe have to press on. So yeah, nothing there. We're going to go to hair now. And like I said, before I choose, I'm going to really dive deep to look up which one is the closest. Golden Glider is probably the best bet, looking through all of them, just because of the way it's shaped. So by default, Golden Glider, congratulations, you are officially the headpiece for a Xenomorph. And that's just going to be blacked up, essentially, for that big dome thing at the back. And now for the head itself, which essentially is no mouth. There is like a mouth, but no, no eyes. So how am I supposed to do a face with no eyes? I think there are a few, maybe, but it's mostly covered. So I don't think there's actually any head that doesn't have a mouth. So the best bet you can really do is hide the face, apart from the open mouth. And the way I'm going to probably do that is with like a head that's entirely black, including the eyes. So that's my best bet there. Because there really isn't any head in the game that doesn't have eyes. No. So we probably will have to work our way around that just to get it. Well, there is Zoom, but Zoom has the eyes too, so I'm gonna have to go a bit creative route, and we're gonna have to say, we'll just use a random custom head, like say 28, blank that up, same, and that's for the wrinkle lines, they'll be dark red, just have a bit color variety. Remove the glasses, and it's hard to make out the eyes, but they're just about there. If you really want to hide the eyes in a way to try to keep it, let's throw in Captain Cold and black them up. There you go. We've covered up the eyes, we've got a mouth, we've got some way of creating the Xenomorph that way. So let's get back to the chat. Welcome H for the final custom. I thought you were going to sign up to bed, but you're here for the last one for wrapping up Halloween. Moving on to the attachment, there would be some sort of back piece or shoulder padding. Yeah, that kind of would make sense. So scrolling down to F a lot, black that up for the plates on its side. Then the arms, of course, as well. Black there. Hands also black. The torso should be like a trench creature or something like that, or pride. But I would say pride is more likely because there's more muscle than the trench creature. So I'm going to use that one and black that up. There is some pattern work in there, so let's just go back to trench creature. Either one doesn't really hide it too well, but I think trench creature might hide it a bit more. So, you can have that piece if you want it, but it wouldn't really hide all the detail. Ooh. So if you want to use trench creature or pride, they are good choices. but just so the fact I want a bit more of a show accuracy thing, I'm going to use a muscle padded torso. Let's try body 04, black and dark grey for the line work. Then the hip piece will be black as well. I think the Xenomorph creatures also have tails, don't they? Yeah, they do. So I'm gonna go back to attachments. Now their tails, I don't know if they're thick tails. Well, they're very skeletal. They're skeletal tails. They're not really slim, so I'm gonna go with a copperhead looking like tail. And that will be black on both of them. There we go. And now finally the leg section, which will be of course black for the legs there as well. Even though it's a very simplified and it's not much to see, that's kind of how it was. There wasn't really much to see on a Xenomorph, but I think the simplistic approach I had to it kind of pays it off. So with a few limitations, the only thing that's missing is the back spikes of the alien, but it's hard to really do this because you have to get rid of the tail piece. So with what limitations I had, I think I did a pretty good job of replicating the alien. If there's any better way you could do, feel free to go for it. Yeah, thank you, Cody. I did my best. I don't know why you had to retract that message because I saw it, but I appreciate you saying that because I tried my best. It's not... There are certain characters you can't really do perfectly. The goal is to get them as close as possible, and I think on design-wise I did a pretty good job trying to replicate that form. Can you make Cactus Barbie from House of 1000 Corpses? Okay. Sorry, after this I will give him the lizard tail. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. Will you be giving customer only just asking to... no, I wasn't. I was originally going to, because that would be Halloween Day. But due to the fact that it's Halloween Day, I should be spending time with my family on that day. So sorry, Cody. I was originally going to do those customs, but due to the fact that tomorrow is Halloween Day, I can't really make it for those. But thank you nonetheless for requesting them. Thank you, H. I appreciate it. Now we're going to go into the abilities of the alien, which I do have up for the Xenomorph race. So let's get that up right now. Claws, so I'm going to go into claws real quick. So they're on weapons. Let's just remove this gun. Scroll on down to claws, and they should be animal claws. Both are black. Like that. The next ability says fangs, which we already have. Spiked tail to the lash, stabbing enemies. Acid blood. That's blood. More that can puncture skulls, superhuman strength and speed. Alright, well, that's going to be easier range, so we're going to go to abilities, skills, scrolling down for super strength abilities. Acrobat and wall climbing is definitely viable, so I'm going to throw those on as well. Let's see what else we got. Insect-like dexterity, cunning, intelligence, makes sense, so going on out. Going to detective mode, do not underestimate these creatures, they are intelligent. I'm gonna make that green for an alien reference. High adaptability, makes sense. Rapid maturity, obsession and persistence. Ability to partially assume the characteristics of their hosts upon birth. Unnatural aggression. Like savages. So I think I've done all the core abilities that relate to the alien, so the rest is pretty standard issue. So starting off with tap scuff fighting, lunge attack is a free for these creatures, and then going on to that, tap circle is detective mode, hold circle, rage mode free because of the aggression, and then you've got the hyper jump, how acrobatic they are. Scroll on down. Goon command, I wouldn't say so. Goon reflection, no. Scroll on down. Tracking, definitely viable. Stealth, graffiti, no. That's essentially it for the alien race. Neutral monsters, you can't really understand them. You don't know if they're good or evil. They're just doing what they need to survive, basically. So I wouldn't join any of these guys. If anything, they would join Darkside, but I doubt Darkside would even bother with them. But that's just me. So there we have the Xenomorph race. Again, don't bother requesting me to do any other version of the Xenomorph race, because I think one is enough. Because I don't think there's any difference. There isn't really much difference between another one, so there's no point. And again, for what limitations I had, I think I did a very good job on the Xenomorph for what limits is. It's a very hard character to do, but for what it's worth, I did a pretty good job of it. I was a bit scared, like, how would I hide the mouth? But I found a way to hide the eyes, and I pulled it off. Maybe Jake's son. Again, we may be doing Skywalker Saga then, so we'll see. Let's take a look at the chat. See on that. You can do next, Captain Spoon on Halloween, yeah. It's okay. But props to you for making the amazing content. Thank you, H. Maybe next time. Yeah, maybe. Hi, Mark. But yeah. That'll be all for me, guys. So tap square fighting, hold square lunge attack, tap circle tactic mode, hold circle rage mode, and of course you have the double jump and the hyper jump to go with it. There we have Alien, aka Xenomorph from the Alien race movies, you know, the Alien movies. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe to that good stuff, hit notification bell right corner down below so you can stay tuned for all LEGO DC Superman's custom builds and various other content on the channel. The Alien, the Xenomorph, was again a hard character to make. With what limitations I did, I think I did a very good job trying to replicate that creature. You can't replicate it perfectly, but the goal is to get as close as possible, and for what it stands, I think I did a pretty good job replicating that look. So, that'll be all from me. Goodbye, Mark. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Goodbye, H. Thank you so much for stopping by. That'll be all from me. I'll see you guys next time for more back to normal requests on November the 1st. What I'll be doing, let's take a look what we're doing when I return. The next character will be as follows. No, this is, yeah. Scorch from DC Comics. Oh yes, that was the character I was supposed to do before Halloween came around, so I could finally get going back to do that character finally. So join us all next time on November 1st when Scorch finally makes her cut on the show. So next up, of course, thank you so much for watching, like always. We're not out of videos yet. I may be doing the second part of the walkthrough with Blue Wolf, if he's there for it, which he could be, so we'll see. That'll be all from me. There may be more videos coming later today, we shall see what happens. Until next time, like always, peace, and have a happy Halloween 2020. Happy Halloween, guys! Peace!